Sitting on the sofa, counting down with one hand with how many quality close friends that I have, it's never been more than 5. Thriving on relationships are like drinking water. It is essential to life, but how do you make friends?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Check to see that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Your window shades are open. Seat backs are in the upright and locked position.
Oh yeah, I got to Amsterdam and the hallway to the luggage place is so long. My friend's waiting outside. I'm gonna go see her later. I'm so tired of like fake friends and just small talks all the time. Here we go!
There are 7.8 billion people in this world bumbling around. You and I are also bumbling around and making decisions every single day. Out of the 7.8 billion people, 56.4% tend to be introvert. But the social media world always pressures us to be sociable. It may be shameful to have less friends in the number sense. It is so heavy and such a burden of emotion that typically no one will like to be under it. Good morning from all the way in Leiden. I started to reflect on what might be some characteristics that I'm looking for in a stranger to be a friend. It's like getting to know a new city.
We're waiting for the bus right now. It's in like 3 minutes. Such a nerd right here. So good morning, it's actually now afternoon and I'm heading to Rotterdam. And I can't even speak properly right now because my brain is just mush in front of public. I'm like trying to record everything because this is such a lovely friend that I met at camp like 2 years ago and we still kept in contact. She's such a nice person. I feel I'm like 100% myself when I talk to her. It's straightforward but in an unharmful way. So that would be one key for finding like a really truthful friend that would last for a long time in the future because I'm the type of a person that tends to travel and run a lot. We are going to this flea market, pencil house, and this cube thingy. We'll see how it goes later on.
The next level is acquaintances. We politely call them friends, but secretly they're kind of not friends yet. We observe and know them at a public or work level. It's like hopping on a train to explore more of the city at first glance and understanding it. But I don't know the language and culture and reality of living here, so it takes some time.
So now we're currently on the train sitting in this little seat right here because there's no seat in the actual stall. She is talking to her boyfriend, so I'm filming myself in front of the camera. So does this count as video calling to the public in quotation marks like that? And for another note to add on to what a friend is, it would be feeling really open. Even when someone is in a relationship, they will be willing to make time for you. Me and her even scheduled 6 days together for this lovely little Amsterdam trip. So I would say that if someone is willing to schedule and prioritize you, that is a really good sign because time is a valuable currency in this fast-paced era of juggling around and hustling around everything. So see you all in Rotterdam. You guys will take a sneak peek into me later.
Every acquaintance don't necessarily turn into a really good friend. After we leave work industry or a particular school, after so many years we look back, those are the people that we don't have much memory. At the same time, we're also trying to explore this acquaintance, just like me, trying new foods in this new city.
We're in this little coffee chocolate shop thing. So she recommended me this really interesting chocolate spoon stick thing, and obviously I'm this cafe ho who comes to the cafe and chocolate shop for the aestheticness of taking a photo and trying the local and touristy things here. This is the good thing about a friend taking you as a tour guide. I'm a tour guide and a place to stay. It sounds like annoying and stuff like that, but that's the truth. That's a benefit of traveling around. So that's a really, really nice thing to have. But under this horrible weather condition, as like rain just sprays on your face and I can't even walk properly with my eyelashes just filled with rains.
With a bittersweet taste, we start liking each other, but with many worries, anxiety on the mind of how other person might think of us, the weird.
So apparently this chocolate thing is so sweet, but sweet to the heart of a darling, like and my family and the people I love. And when I talk to them, I feel like I get hurt. That is the third point of having this. You have to feel like you're speaking to the air. So keep in mind, when searching friends, it's pretty hard to find friends after graduation. It's not when you say, oh, your shoes are nice or your clothes are nice and instantly friends. That does not work in the adult world. Now currently we're in this market. Oh, it's just called Market Hall. Surprisingly, it's that easy to pronounce. It's not the fancy Dutch, okay?
The next level of friendship is casual friends. This is all about enjoying time together and sharing common interest. We represent our best self in front of the other person and still have a bit of social distance. It's all about exploration. Just like traveling, we need to spend time, get to know the faces of culture, paces of living in this beautiful city. Spend all the time you need to explore and shop around. With this friend, it is super exciting to spend time together here, but we're not sure if we want to live or stay with this person.
I didn't do any studying before coming here to travel. That's a lot of holes for you guys to catch.
大丈夫よ.
Yes, and speaking of Japanese, there's even Japanese food here, like pokeball and ramen, and we're probably gonna have like ramen at here at night.
But once in a while, we're kind of tired of exploring. We might get back to old friends and food and traditions that we're most familiar with. Just like me eating ramen and not trying new foods from the local.
We're not playing with our phones. Like, is that how you're supposed to translate it directly from Chinese? It's called lowering your head tribe. We're gonna focus in the moment, not be those bitches who look at our phone all the time on Instagram. We would say avocado and salmon are such a perfect match. They're like inborn pairs. Just like how I want to find my other half too, but sadly I don't have anyone right now. Enjoying her lovely salmon roll right now.
After a long day of socializing and exploring the city, it's time to spend some time alone and recharge and reflect. The next level of friendship is close friends. This level requires a lot of commitment, mutual trust, and familiarity. We start to show our awkwardness under the cheerful facade. Being vulnerable is key here, but there's a risk of getting harmed. Oppositely, this is the starting level of accompanying and solving loneliness.
According to vlogging, we're supposed to say our feelings at the moment, which I'm really bad at articulating it because at a really young age, we have always learned to shield our emotions from the public because every day I feel like we're just a feeling of capsules and our feelings doesn't really go anywhere, and if you say it out loud in the world, everybody will hate you because it's such those cringy and bad or not necessarily bad or negative things about another person, but just opinions that the public doesn't accept. Every day we just go through the same feeling somehow, but in a way that we can't express it. Here on traveling days, I feel like I'm really free in the world, and now sitting behind someone is even willing to ride a bike for me is also really a new experience. So. I also feel like being friends with myself and not overthinking all the time really helps with developing my social skills and stuff. I feel like I need to learn how to love myself and spend time with myself first. That really make a big difference because at the beginning last year, I am a person that do not know how to comfort people, especially with having empathy. And now as I know how to comfort myself and sympathize myself, I feel like I am a person with empathy who can put yourself in the other person's shoe to understand what they are suffering to. We need friends and bonds and tribes to survive. That's ingrained in our million years of evolution from hominids until now. My butt hurts so much from sitting on the bike because there's no cushion. Thanks to my butt for a lot of fat on it. That's good. We are on the train to go to Amsterdam. Yeah, I feel like I'm a person that cannot have a whole big group of socializing. Like 3 or 4 people is the legit maximum number. I can't go over that number. After that, I'll just be so shy and I pretty much just don't talk. Or generally, I just have really bad socializing skills. Same in high school. I feel like in high school, I never had a steady group of friends, but I have friends that I contact on one-on-one. I feel kind of like angsty when I don't have a group of friends. It's like a bond of friends that means something to me. And that's just not my style or how my socializing goes. I just have one-on-one deep relationships and friends all over the world. You gotta be really decisive, not indecisive piece of trash. Just if you pass by something you want to go in, just go in. And as a medical dental type student, I really want to come in here to see some bodies, but they're preserved and really presentable in a respectful manner. We're gonna learn from them and see all the blood vessels and amazing God's creation. And I feel like we have been trained in traveling that we can control our bodily fluids, so we can excrete them in the time that we're supposed to excrete, where there's the toilet. That's the moral of the story. Bless the Lord for our bladders. We are free now.
But to the root of the question, ultimately, what is the purpose of friendship? We need to start from knowing the purpose of being a human. Every animal on earth has the same goal, to reproduce, pretty much. It's the same with humans. We go on dates that we're shocked, or this person might make our heart beat, and there might be something that worth continuing. After a successful sexual intercourse, a cycle is formed. We grow up and start finding meaning in life, being a rugby player, gymnastic person, musician, and we repeat the cycle again with someone we love.
Everything I learned from class now is on display as specimen. It's so cool to see what happiness, stress, and like choices determines our life and our whole satisfaction. It's just amazing to see how the whole body works. Everything is on autopilot, same like our digestion, when we eat, when we need to go to the toilet, control of body fluids, heart rate, respiratory rate, and adjustment of your pupil, and everything is under our unconscious control. And surprisingly, in this room that is filled with millions and billions of neural connections, this is where we find meaning.
But there's more than just reproducing in friendships. We network, find reassurance for feeling that we're not crazy on our own. We need them to judge our lives and be more compassionate to ourselves. We also need them to think and be silly to enjoy life with, because sometimes I just want to break free out of my skin and go to heaven, because life is a bit of a struggle.
So this is where she lived for 2 years of her life, and I read her journal when I was in 6th grade, which I hated her journal, but now, just for the sake of bringing back my childhood memory, I'm gonna visit her house here. I didn't realize that her house was in Amsterdam. Kind of cool.
The fifth level of friendship is intimate friends. Anne Frank is a German Dutch-Jewish diarist who spent 2 years hiding in this secret annex. This is just like Anne Frank writing in her diary. A huge commitment and trust is needed to share all her thoughts and feelings to the world and her diary. She let the world see her diary, and you also let your best friend see your most vulnerable and rawest way at this stage. While writing, she also talked to her imaginary friend Kitty in her diary. Anne Frank is vulnerable and filled with confidence to document her journey. She can shake off everything as she wrote. Her sorrows disappear, her courage is reborn, her dreams come true now, and she found a purpose and meaning in her life. She did become one of the world's most famous writer and diarist.
We just finished the Anne Frank's Annex secret tour thing. Anne Frank did made her dream. She did become a famous writer. Now, it is the most truthful from a 13-year-old girl point of view. It's really deep and profound, and my mood needs to settle in after looking this really sad story from. We all enjoyed the museum. Now, we're all tired little dogs now, and heading to the train station again, ready to go back home and eat some instant noodle for dinner.
Finding the meaning and purpose of friendship sometimes take a lifelong journey. It's not just a journey for a day or two. It's like choosing what you eat every day, to be vulnerable and open up, or it's time to shut your doors to that person. It's along a wide spectrum of decisions. Knowing what friendship means to you might mean that spending a few nights alone and thinking all those things out. Knowing what acquaintance to be vulnerable to so they can bloom to be a close friend. Down to earth, the real answer to finding a real friend is vulnerability. It is what transforms street strangers to friends. There's no secrets. You need to be willing to suffer from certain bad relationships that doesn't suit you. as always. Those words seem simple and easy to understand, straightforward, but yet so hard to do. It takes courage and vulnerability. It is powerful. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay indoors like me as an introvert, and I'll see you guys next week.